Heyo kids, Mr. Hartsfield here. Here we go. We had a nice little tournament today. 5-minute time constraints there. Big shout out to Flat Smelly Bank, our highest ranked player right now. Went 5 for 5. If you notice, everyone who placed first, second, and third, we got a king level 19, a queen level 2, king level 1 for Even Tan Snake and Gold Far Eye. They're all getting their lessons in. These are players from last year too, so they got a bit of advantage. Look at this guy, Aqua Squeezy Nose. A little pawn sneaking their way up there. Good job. Do some lessons. Get that pawn to like a king, and I bet you'll shoot up. If this is your first year, do some lessons. You're gonna get a lot better. Any pawn or lower ranked player, not lower ranked, but lower ranked as far as the lessons go, like this guy, Slow Jumbo Coco. Do some lessons. You got the gold account. I'm still waiting on additional ones to come in, but once we got 100 of them, everyone can do lessons and climb the ladder. But let's pick a random person. Here we go. Pick this random person, Coldcloudywind. We'll look at their first game and check out what's going on. You could look at your games too. Analysis is great. Even over here, it shows you could do evaluations and variations. It shows you different stuff. I'll keep these on today. I'll take off the show move, but evaluations, I'll kind of show you how that works. So you don't need me to do this. You can do this yourself, but let's check out this game. GladCrookedPlank, ranked 105, going up against Coldcloudywind, ranked 100. So both pretty new players, it looks like, as far as rating goes. All right, let's look at the opening principles. Coldcloudywind's been paying attention, developing towards the center, protecting these key squares here. Good stuff. The little book means it's a book move. That means it's like a pretty standard opening. E4 is like most common, or I'm sorry, E5. Yeah, E4 and D4 are the most common openings for white. Those are solid moves. Stick with those. Good job, black, doing the same. Another book move. Same dealio. Controlling the center. Very, very solid. Next, I would like to see, I hope to see, developing some minor pieces. Hopefully we'll get a king castled. I don't know. We'll see. Hey, all right. It's pretty solid. And you notice the little black arrow shows, hey, you're attacking this dude. So if you didn't know you were attacking it and you missed it, it's pretty apparent what you're doing. If I was black, I'd probably pull out my little knight and protect. We'll see. All right. We're still developing a minor, so that's solid. And creating a little counter threat, attacking their pawn. So we got 2 hot cookies ready to be taken. Both pawns ready to get gobbled up. Let's see if we get to goblin. All right. No, white doesn't. He says, that's fine. I'm just going to ignore you. Maybe if black was to take, white can pull out the old queen here and get that pawn back. So this is not a bad move. It's a book move. Book moves are good. We're developing our minors. We got 2 minors. Oh, if we get that king castled, you got a solid start. Coldcloudywind. And GladCrookedPlank doing good too. Alright, we took the pawn. Another book move. I think what happened here is that the white player tried to castle. So when you click the piece, it'll highlight this square and this square. So I mean the king can move here if it wants to, but you want to move here to the G square. Okay, move to the G square, and then you'll automatically castle. So I think it was just user error, but I like the way you're thinking. You were trying to castle, but the buttons, they're tricky. So well, now you know. Go 2 over. Okay. All right, black continues to develop. Not so bad. All right. Yeah, it says inaccuracy here. So it's not a terrible move, but you do block. What it's trying to tell you is you're blocking your knight from getting out there. Your knight likes this spot. This is a cozy spot for your knight. Create some counter threats over here, trying to push this guy out of here. But your knight likes this square. That's his home. And you just took his home by slapping a pawn there. I mean, this guy, you can still develop later if you push the pawn up or whatever, but it's going to be harder to get that piece developed. So that's why it's an inaccuracy. Alright, not a fan of this move, just because you already have him out. The knights like to be in the center or towards the center. They have the most range from the center. Look at all the cool stuff this guy can do. He can go in a full circle. He can go everywhere. This guy, he can go there and there and there, and that's it. Maybe we're trying to attack this feller. Maybe that's our plan. So Don't be so bloodthirsty though. Kind of chill out a bit. Get the rest of your friends in the party and get that king castle to make them safe before you start attacking. You know, just some advice. All right. We take. Okay. All right. Here we go. Our first blunder. So if you ever see the red, oh no, code red, that's a blunder. That means it's a big mistake. Usually it's a big mistake when you're giving away what I call free cookies. So this guy is a big free cookie right here because nobody's protecting him. And he just moved somewhere. He didn't take any pieces. He just put himself in danger because this guy here and this guy here are both able to attack that one piece. And the poor bishop can't do anything about it. So he's not protected. He's getting gobbled up. That's a free piece. And we take it. Okay. Could have done either. Not too bad. Alright. Alright, I don't like that move as much. Try to get this guy out. Try to get your king castle. You got other priorities in the beginning. A lot of times when we don't know what to do, we start moving pawns around because it seems harmless, but your pawns like to be together. Like these two, they're protecting each other. This guy, he doesn't like it. He can't go anywhere. He's stuck. We don't like stacking our pawns. We like our pawns next to each other and protecting each other. So we don't like to split them up. Alright. White trying to kind of manually castle maybe, but the tricky thing is you're not going to be able to get that rook out very easily. You might have been able to like kick the pawn up and move the king there to slide out the rook. But this guy's pretty useless now. He can't do much. He literally can't do anything unless you shimmy out of there with some pawn movements. Alright, another blunder by GladCrookedPlank. This blunder is because our bishop's here. And this is our favorite piece, Mrs. Queen. She's worth the most amount of points. And we put her right in the cookie goblin zone. No bueno. But black misses. And so this is a blunder for black. Not because they put their pawn in danger, but because they missed a big cookie. So that's a blunder. And then we lose our queen. So I guess it's also a blunder because you're letting yourself be taken if you don't take. So not only do you not get the 9 points, you actually lose 3 points. So double sad. But keep a lookout for all the moves. What do we do instead? We pushed a pawn. Alright, I like the idea. You're trying to attack, a piece. So I like what you're thinking. But look at all your options. Sometimes you'll see a big juicy move that seems really enticing, but really there's a better move to be made. And I think this is one of those cases where, hey, I could attack this guy, but you could take the queen. So slow down a bit and look at all your moves. I know it's tough when we only have 5 minutes per game, so you're kind of moving fast, so not a big deal. We could take back. Good. Let's keep trucking along. Alright, I like the idea. Attacking the queen here. Creating some threats. The queen sees it. Scoots over. They said you should go here. I don't know why that's a blunder, to be honest. I see why. The knight can go here. Forking the queen and the king, and there's nothing you can do to protect that. So that's why it was a blunder there. But black didn't see that. But they castled. Hey, that's good. Keeping your king safe. See how much harder it is to attack this king with this little fortress here than it is to... I mean, we got a nice pawn base here, but this guy's not protecting like this guy is. So look at the difference of the rooks. This rook is protecting all this action. No one's going to come back here. They're going to get beat up. But any piece can come back here and check this guy. But we have backup too. But got to watch out for this square for white. Let's see if black will find it. Alright, well they just lost that, so never mind. Alright. Let's see. Alright, another blunder. We got our queen in danger here. Maybe we're thinking to attack a pawn, or maybe we're thinking, I don't know what we're thinking. We're going to attack the rook. I don't know. But we lose that. Alright. Let's keep trucking along here. We want to protect our knight from getting gobbled. We get gobbled. Oh, we got a pawn though. Nice thinking. A little check, little spite check. King has to move out of the way. So we don't want to trade a bishop for a rook. Pieces have different values. A rook is more valuable. It's worth 5 points. The old bishop's only worth 3. So we like our rooks better than our bishops. So when you trade like that, it's not a good trade for you. You trade it down. Rooks are really good in the end game, which we're getting into. A rook and a king can help you checkmate. A rook and a bishop, not so much. So keep your rooks to the bitter end. Attacking. Alright, we saw the attack. I think now we're just kind of making like kind of random moves. It's tough when you're new and you're not really sure what you should be doing at the end. Towards the end, you want to try to promote a pawn. So if you get your pawn all the way to the side of the pond, the little pawn caterpillar blossoms into a beautiful butterfly queen. So you want to try to push your pawn all the way down. It's a pawn race, and you got to use your other pieces, your rooks and your kings, to protect your pawns and your knights. Whatever pieces you have, you're protecting your pawns, trying to push them. If you don't have like an immediate checkmate. So we're just kind of whittling down pieces, whittling them away. We're whittling. A little check. This is a tricky situation. You're kind of forked here, both pieces being attacked. You grab a pawn, but lose a knight. So pretty 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, even game right now. Everyone has even material. We're just chasing the rook around. Okay. So we should be pushing pawns, trying to get our pawns across. Trying to get our pawns across. Oh, we're gobbling pawns, alright. Gobble, gobble, gobble. Okay. So we kind of break away here, start running. You want to get your kings involved, though. You want to get your kings close to the pieces that you're trying to push. You're trying to protect your pawns with your pieces, especially your king. Now's the time to get your kings moving around. All right, it's good because no one can protect it. So it's good to attack the pawns that are in the back, because if you attack the one on the front, they're protected by their homies. So get those back guys, pick them off. Instead of pushing here, we probably should have just taken, or I don't know, taken something else. Black's making a move for it. For white here, you could just push, grab it, and even if this guy chases you, you're gonna get eaten still. But I mean, still a decent plan. Try to get the pawns developed. All right, this guy was so close. I didn't even see him the whole time. So he's one step away from promoting. But even if it turns into a queen, this guy could just come and gobble him. So we need more firepower there. We don't promote anyway. We could have just taken the pawn with check. But again, I don't think we have really a game plan yet. All right, getting this guy involved. When he comes down, you could use him to protect here, or vice versa. And so when the rook takes, you could take back. I'll keep speed running here. We have a queen on the board. We don't care. We don't take it. Okay. This is fun. So when we take here, it ends in a draw. And it ends in a draw because of a stalemate. So you see half here, half here. It's a tied ball game. Black is winning. Black should be able to destroy. You're going to have even maybe a third queen. But you have enough material to checkmate here. But white, this pawn can't move forward. He's stuck. He can't take the king. He can't go diagonal. This guy's stuck. This guy's stuck. They can't go nowhere. The king is safe right now. He's not in check. But if he goes in here, this king is putting him in check. If he goes here, the queen puts him in check. Also, if he goes here, the queen has him in check. If he goes here, queen has him in check. If he goes here, rook has him in check. And if he goes here, queen has him in check. So he has no safe space to go. So that's a draw. Tied game. Decent game. We had a lot to work on, though. Big praises, I guess. Good opening. Sticking to our opening principles. Getting our miners out. We tried to castle. Remember, go to this square next time. But overall, good opening. Do those lessons. Get a little bit better. I could talk at y'all like in chess club, but do the lessons, and you're gonna make improvements. Maybe you'll be in the top leaderboard. Maybe get some candy for winning the tournament. All right, kids. See you later.